有请入门了，请坐，请坐，请坐，欢迎欢迎。I'm quite nervous right now. 欢迎请坐。I'm quite nervous right now. This is actually the biggest day of my life. So thank you all for coming. 我现在中文，我记得1991年，刘阿姨生出刘德华，当时9磅 ，and Watson was happy. 我的中文不太好，所以我今天用英文来讲。我刚刚写好了，刚刚吃那个鲍鱼的时候写完了。Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and crying children. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ray. I'm extremely honored to be here tonight, as Watson has graciously and reluctantly invited me as his best man. But the truth is, I'm not the best man tonight. I'm just an okay man. I'm a pretty good man. And the lines between friends and brothers often get very blurred. And I'm truly honored to be brothers with the actual best man in this room. So please, a huge round of applause for Mr. Garvin Coe. First, I'd like to mention how great this wedding has been so far. In this 45-degree weather and 3rd-degree sunburns on my forehead. Great choice of location, Denise. And speaking of Denise, how beautiful is she today? Absolutely stunning. I would first like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Lau for producing this taller and smarter and more handsome version of myself. Today is a very special day for the Lau family, who I've come to know in the last couple of years. And also to the Chen family. You've raised Denise into the kind, beautiful, and strong bride here today, with the ability to bring Watson down to his knees. You're truly a special lady, Denise, and I couldn't be more proud that I introduced you to. Thank me. Thank you, friends and family who've come from around the world on this special day. I myself came from Los Angeles. My friend Alex came from Moscow. There's an open bar as soon as I'm finished talking.
Now I'm here!
And last but not least, a quick toast to all the bridesmaids here for looking exceptionally beautiful and making us look decent for once. So before I came here, I was told by Denise to keep my speech nice and short. So I'll keep it for as long as Watson can last on his honeymoon night. I was also told to not talk about ex-girlfriends. So if you want to hear stories, Samantha, Garvin, and Stacy will be at the bar over there. I guess I'll start with a story on how Denise and Watson first met. I know, I was there. I made it happen. Tonight, I will put all the rumors to rest. This is the story of Watson and Denise. Like the beginnings to all great friendships, I met Denise at a nightclub. Under the seductive guise of club lighting and lasers set to the backdrop of the latest 2011 dance hit, there she stood, a beautiful young lady in a flowing white dress. And their eyes stared in awe and amazement, always wondering who that magnificent girl in the club was. And for 5 months, weekend after weekend, this went on. Until I finally realized that Denise was my classmate at Fudan University. And upon that realization, I finally talked to her in the hallway, and we've been good friends ever since. Fast forward a year, I graduated, and Denise had returned to Toronto. I went on with life, found my first job in Shanghai, and started partying. And that's when, like the beginning of all great friendships, I met Watson at a nightclub. After the both of us had failed to meet any girls that night, and after having way too much vodka, we became not only best friends for the night, but brothers from that day on. 2 years later, on a rainy Thursday night, it occurred to me that Watson really, truly needed a girlfriend. You know when you're so single for so long that people just end up feeling sorry for you? And your parents are so anxious, and they're asking about grandchildren, and the dogs are running around in circles, and people in the club are wondering, why are you still here? That was that Thursday night. And for no good reason, Denise was the first person to come to mind. When I texted her, she had conveniently just returned to Shanghai from Toronto in search of a career and a husband. When I first described Denise to Watson, he called me into his room and made me log into Facebook. Total stalker. And while scrolling through her social media, through her uncensored bikini pictures, I could see that he was so excited. And that moment was so important to me. Because first, I knew he wasn't gay. And second, because you could really see in his eyes that he had found someone to be truly excited about. That excitement, it was so, I'll never forget it, it was so creepy. But so genuine, and I knew immediately Watson belonged to Denise. So, I had all this memorized, by the way, but we drank a lot during our bachelor party, and I forgot most of it. But we planned a house party at Watson's apartment the very next day, and I invited Denise. And in true Watson fashion, he got drunk before 10 and passed out. Went straight to bed. In his drunken stupor, he called Denise from upstairs and said, "Hey, my bed is comfortable. Do you want to join? It's very comfortable here." And if I recall correctly, Denise said thanks, but no thanks. Called a taxi and left immediately. When it seemed that all hope had been lost, that all my hard work, all my sincere efforts, all my sacrifices in putting these two together was about to vanish in thin air, it was the miracle of WeChat that saved everything. The little app from Tencent that could. I think Watson just invited her to dinner. She gave him a second chance. And here we are today. Through the years of partying together around the world, Watson has become a man I admire for many reasons. He is charming, reliable, and selfless. And he has always been generous towards his family, his friends, and me. When I was alone in Shanghai, Watson invited me over to his family's New Year's dinner without hesitation. We've traveled across the world together, from Singapore to Korea, to Macau, to Napa Valley, and to this desert. And at each destination, Watson has introduced me to his friends and alumni from his time at USC. He is truly selfless, humble, and caring, and I will be forever grateful for our friendship. My dear friend Watson, I'm so glad that you're getting married. There's so much you're gonna learn by being tied down to this woman for the rest of your life. Things like patience, fairness, and always being wrong. These are the virtues that can only be taught by a strong wife. You're a lucky groom. You're marrying Denise. She's warm, caring, loving, and funny in a way that men here can only dream of. I can't offer you any good advice on this next phase of your life because I'm too busy being a bachelor and enjoying life. But through my relationships in the past, I can tell you one truth in this life. It's that the woman is always right. Do what she says. Listen to her, Watson. Pay attention to her, and do everything she wants you to. Denise, you can thank me later. Denise and Watson are a true example of what love and happiness really are. I'm glad I was there the first day they met, and I'm glad I'm here the day they're getting married. So here's to the next 100 years, a toast to Watson and Denise Lau.
Good job, baby.
Was it good?